Just because someone steals something doesn't mean that they're as poor as Aladdin. We often assume that when someone steals, it's because they're hard off financially. But in reality, some people just steal for the thrill of it because, well, they're already rich. All the way from celebrities to kings, these people are the last that you would ever expect to be thieves, but they are. These are the 10 richest thieves on the planet. Number 1 is King Farouk of Egypt. Looks like the crown jewels weren't enough. In 1936, King Farouk became the 10th king of Egypt at only 16 years old. He was known for basically acting like a rampaging toddler, including taking whatever he wanted from whomever he wanted, whenever he wanted. During a state visit, King Farouk stole Winston Churchill's watch right out of his pocket and then wore it around like, hey, find us keepers, bro. Then, in 1944, the Shah of Persia died, and when his coffin was brought to Cairo, King Farouk showed his respects by stealing a ceremonial sword, belt, and medals right off of his body. Oh, the man dead, he's not going to use them. Given that he had the attitude of a spoiled child star, it's not surprising that he wasn't exactly well liked, and in 1952 he was overthrown and forced into exile. But then his hoard of treasure was later discovered, which included everything from, prepare yourself for this, rare coins and stamps, fine art, magic tricks, and even the world's largest collection of porn. Well, guess everyone needs a hobby. Number 2 is Nick Prugo. From October 2008 to August 2009, a group of wealthy rich kids decided to go on a burglaring spree. Well, yeah, those 10 yachts get boring quickly. The ringleader, Rachel Lee, who drove an Audi A4 by the way, and her friend Nick Prugo, first decided to break into Paris Hilton's mansion. Over the next 10 months, they broke into her home at least 5 times, stealing personal items and even, for some reason, trying on her shoes. This must be what it's like to have no talent. They then decided to recruit their friends, Alexis Neris, Diana Tameo, and Courtney Ames, to join them and broke into at least 50 more homes, including other celebrities like Orlando Bloom, Lindsay Lohan, Rachel Bilson, and Megan Fox. They used social media to see if their targets were home, and then Google mapped directions to those homes. In total, they stole over $3 million in clothing, jewelry, accessories, and cash. Prugo's face was caught on surveillance, and the rest of the group was caught because they were bragging online, coupled with an anonymous tip that led to all of their arrests. Must be nice to have all that money and just continue to be stupid. Spoiled little shits. Number 3 is Thomas Langenbach. Thomas Langenbach was vice president of mega tech firm SAP, had a good marriage, 2 kids, and a beautiful house worth $2 million in San Carlos, California. But was that enough? Obviously not. Langenbach used the internet to get his thrills, but on eBay that is, using the screen name Tom's Brickyard and reselling of all things Lego. Turns out Langenbach was printing off fake barcodes for Lego products at home before switching them in store. His barcodes would scan in way lower prices for really expensive Lego sets. So this meant that he could buy Lego for a fraction of the real cost before going home and selling it on eBay for a profit. And man, was he good. In under 1 year, he made $30,000 and had a 99.9% positive rating. But the world of Lego trafficking proved to be too much, and he was arrested on May 8th, 2012 and charged with 4 felony counts of second-degree burglary. Somebody didn't get to play with their toys enough as a kid. Number 4 is Caroline Giuliani. I don't know about you, but when I'm heading to Sephora with hundreds of dollars in my wallet, it's about to be shopping spree madness for the hottest nude palettes and definitely that new mulberry matte lipstick, you know. Trucks, man, sports, wrestling, guy stuff. Anyways, on August 4th, 2010, Caroline Giuliani, daughter of former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, had similar plans, minus the whole actually paying thing. The then 20-year-old Harvard student was caught stealing over $100 worth of makeup from a Sephora in New York City near her home on the Upper East Side, despite both of her parents being multi-millionaires and having $320 in cash in her purse. books. Although she was led out in handcuffs and had to complete one whole day of community service, it just so happened that the store decided not to press charges against Caroline once they found out who her daddy was. Lucky. Number 5 is Farhad Hakimzadeh. Farhad Hakimzadeh was a millionaire, respected author, publisher, and businessman. But from 1997 to 2005, he had another hobby, stealing thousands of pounds worth of priceless texts from a British library. These people, man, whacked. As a frequent visitor of the library, he was given access to some of the library's most precious manuscripts, which he said he wanted to look at for research. But in reality, he would use a small hidden scalpel to remove the pages and smuggle them out for his private collection. It was only after another patron noticed that the pages were missing from a bunch of manuscripts that the library did a massive audit and discovered that he was the only person who had viewed all of the damaged books. When police searched his home, they found the stolen goods, including a 16th century golden lined map engraving of the world worth 30,000 pounds. Overall, he caused 71,000 pounds in damages and was sentenced to 2 years in prison. Number 6 is Rita Crundwell. From 1983 to 2012, Rita Crundwell was the finance chief in Dixon, Illinois, a small city located west of Chicago. She was also the city's comptroller and was a well-respected member of the community. But that all changed on April 17, 2012, when she was arrested and charged with stealing at least $53 million from the city. Turns out being the only person in charge of a city's money also makes it a lot easier to steal, like a lot of it. It was only while Crundwell was on a long vacation that a co-worker who had taken over her duties noticed that things weren't, adding up. Turns out an $80,000 a year salary wasn't enough for her. Investigators found that over the years, she had spent $2.1 million on a motorhome, $450,000 building a horse breeding empire, and $2.5 million in credit card charges. Rita now gets to spend the next 20 years in prison to reflect on whether that vacation was really worth it. Number 7 is Dr. Richard Ludwig. On March 5th, 2011, in Davenport, Florida, Harun Majid, a 14-year Navy veteran, lost his wallet while buying supplies for his 9-year-old son's birthday party. Majid called his credit card company less than 10 minutes after he lost his wallet, but he was told his card was already being used. Turns out Dr. Richard Ludwig, a respected dentist from Michigan, was in town for his son's baseball tournament and had found Majid's wallet in the supermarket's parking lot. Nobody's a respected dentist. I'm sure he would have just gave it back. No, he didn't. Police caught Ludwig buying $40 worth of pizza in the same plaza where he found the wallet. When police asked if he was having money troubles, Ludwig laughed and told them absolutely not, and that he was worth nearly $4 million. And he gave them no reason why he did it. To make it even worse, Ludwig had $250 cash in his pocket the whole time. I'm sorry, there was a shortage of fillings this month and I really want some pizza. I'll use my credit card. Number 8 is Madhukar Mohandas Prabhakar. Madhukar is known as the Robin Hood of India, and man, did he take stealing from the rich to give to the poor to a whole nother level. For 40 years, he had been flying all the way from his home in Pune, India, to rob houses in Mumbai. On May 15th, 2011, police finally caught him mid-robbery, and during his interrogation, not only did he confess to 90 other robberies, but he also revealed that he was actually a multi-millionaire with multiple homes and even a temple. But unlike most thieves, he wasn't using his loot to pay for his own lavish lifestyle. He would sell the things that he stole and donated the money to the poor or unemployed in his own town. Oh man, I'm confused. Is this okay or not? It's kind of a gray area. Anyway, it turns out that this wasn't even the first time that he'd been caught. He'd been arrested before, but since his crimes were considered petty theft, he could always afford to be released on bail. Kind of hard to hate this guy. I'm so confused. Number 9 is Winona Ryder. In December of 2001, actress and 90s princess Winona Ryder was arrested for shoplifting $5,560 worth of clothes and accessories from the high-end department store Saks Fifth Avenue in New York City. Of course, it's not like she needed to. At the time, she was reportedly earning $6 million per film. When she was caught on camera, she tried to get out of it by telling security guards that she was just researching for a new role. After a highly publicized trial, she was convicted of grand theft and vandalism. She was fined $3,700, sentenced to 36 months probation and 480 hours of community service, and even had to pay over $6,000 in restitution to the store. Winona has actually said that the whole thing was for the best and saved her from a downward spiral, which is great. Because I, for one, would hate to see her whole life get turned upside down. Get it? Because Stranger Things, it's a Netflix show. Yeah. And number 10 is Bernie Madoff. Bernie Madoff was the CEO of his own company and was one of the most respected financiers on Wall Street. That was until his arrest on December 11th, 2008. Turns out Bad Boy Bernie was also running the biggest Ponzi scheme in US history. He was basically promising investors crazy high returns on their investments that he could never actually pay off. He was well connected and well liked, which likely has something to do with how he managed to pull off this con for decades. Instead of paying his investors, he actually stole nearly $65 billion from them. When the market started to turn in 2008, his clients requested $7 billion back, but he only had $200 to $300 million left. Before his arrest, Madoff's net worth was estimated to be, brace yourself, $17 billion. But he won't be able to use that for commissary because it was all frozen, and on June 9th, 2009, he was sentenced to 150 years in prison. Well, it looks like the only thing he made off with was being somebody's pincushion in prison. That should be fun. But thank you guys so much for watching this, and if you enjoyed it, remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I'll have a brand new video for you tomorrow at 12 West Coast time, 3 Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you come by then. Have a great day.